Hi, I'm Timothy Linsdau, a video producer, a Christian, amateur historian, interested in politics, what's going on around me. And right now, just a couple miles from where I'm located, is that situation on one of the border crossings. The San Ysidro border crossing is one of the busiest ones in the world. And that's where a lot of those poor folks from Central America are. How that is in particular at this very moment, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Okay, those Central American folks down on the border trying to cross. I suppose it's possible that somebody has paid them, encouraged them, or done something to come in such large mass all at once. This region is used to many people coming over the border illegally. I've lived in the area, excuse me, I've lived in the area for well over 35 years. I've had people in my yard, in my house. I can laugh at it now, but it wasn't so great then. But from so many people coming over the border, this area of the border has been heavily built up with even double walls. They talk about the Trump's wall, but this area was already massively been built up. There's the border is lit. It's probably the most patrolled real estate in the world, right in this area. And so all of these people come up to this border attempting to come across and claim asylum. Anybody, from what I understand, can claim asylum, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it. A lot of people today will come up and say, I want to claim asylum. I'm endangered by family members. I'm endangered by gangs. That type of thing. That does not give you asylum. It has to be with another government, from what I understand. It'd have to be your government is oppressing you, your government is chasing you or killing you, or whatever it is. It's got to be more than just some bad boyfriend kind of a thing. But anyway, I'm sure it's a terrible thing for them down there. Why they're in here in such mass? I think there was like 4,000 or 5,000 down there, which is a big number. Tijuana has millions of people in it, but let's face it, it doesn't have as much money as the U.S. to run, and doesn't have the ability to take care of mass groups of people like that. San Diego would probably struggle, but we have a lot of military and, of course, customs and so forth here that can deal with a lot of those situations. And they do on a constant basis. For them, I have friends that are customs agent, and this is not new. These type of things happened before. People trying to get here for a better life understand that. Everybody came from everywhere. Even the Native Americans probably came across the Bering Strait or the ocean during the Ice Age, who knows. Got here and was making a better life for themselves. And other people came here to do the same thing, and it's been cycled over and over again. So yeah, I'm sure it's not good. This area is supposed to experience a heavy rain soon. It's our first real rain in a long time. And if you're camping out there, and I'm sure they don't have the camping gear needed, it won't be pleasant for them. And God bless the groups that try to help them the way they can. And there are some that do. So that is a very difficult and terrible thing. We're divided over these things, which is kind of strange when you think about what is a country. I mean, a country has a language, a country has borders, a country has a culture. And some say, no, it's not. It should be open. I'm not sure what that means to be open. I mean, who would govern it? If people were angels, could govern properly, would be great. But people aren't angels, so we need a government. And I guess if we were angels, we wouldn't need a government, but we're not. So we get divided over these things. But these poor people get in the middle of an argument as to being here, not being here, why are they here, who's the conflict with. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and these poor people are right smack dab in the middle. Now, there are a lot of people who've come here, gone through the process, and it can take years, I don't know, 7 years or more to get your full citizenship. I have friends who've done that, and actually are quite upset over people trying to rush the border or come here illegally when they had done it properly. What's wrong with a little order and doing things that way, in order? I suppose some people think they can get more people like this to be voters. I hear that too, you know. I guess that can happen. It's a strange thing, and some people are overwhelmed emotionally to want to rid these people of their pain. Remember, they've come here in mass, not invited. I mean, it's a dangerous situation, especially for kids. You imagine taking a baby thousands of miles across an unfamiliar country to come to a place that may not welcome you at all and deport you back. I mean, the U.S. spends a lot of money and does a lot for a lot of people. But, how about a little order? Yeah, it might be tough for you, but, there's got to be some order in the universe, so to speak. It can be terribly out of control. So I hope and pray for our leaders that they can come together on these things. There's all kinds of rumors flying around in San Diego about why these things continue. We have divisions on immigration, and some say cheap labor. I was trying to recall one I heard today. It wasn't just cheap labor. It was that immigration has become a business, and that's probably true to some extent. Down here they call them coyotes, that are individuals or groups that bring people illegally across the border. Many times there's fatalities involved. They're stuffed into trucks where there's no ventilation, die of heat prostration. Terrible things can happen to them. Dying in the desert, getting run over on the freeway, that used to happen. Fortunately, it's not as bad as it was. You see some really difficult things being here that a lot of the rest of the country does not see. And we just like the things to be orderly, and done properly. So these people don't have to suffer anymore. We don't have to suffer. But getting back to that thing about immigration being a business, lobbyists, lawyers, and others actually make money off of helping people like that get over the border. Good, bad. I suppose a lot of them would like to do the right thing. But money has a funny way of spoiling things. As a Christian, I recognize what Christ said about the love of money is the root of all evil. It can move you to do some rotten things. And I don't think it's by accident those people came up here in such a mass group over that distance and those dangers. Something's happened. Somebody did something. And I'm not here to claim which it was. I know what the pundits on the right say, and the pundits on the left, I hear them in the news and the newspapers. It's not a great thing that's happening. So I hope you all can try to, seek humanity in this situation. Yes, we want things organized. We want them to do it the right way. It's very important. Let's hope and pray for that, for those poor people. And that we can come to some agreements in making our system better when it comes to immigration. As far as the tear gas thing goes, that's really not new. Those type of things have been used before in other administrations. You just don't see them. We're a little closer to it, and having friends in customs, we hear and see things that you don't see in the news. But I'm not going to report that. Wouldn't be proper for me. So this time of the year, think about those poor folks. Maybe offer up a prayer, do what you can, and encourage our leaders to make good laws and deal with these things properly. So let's get this thing right, if we could, just even close. It's amazing that we struggle so much with this. But anyway, thanks a lot. Appreciate you listening. Like and comment on my video. Join my channel. I got a lot of history and other things on there to enjoy. So thank you very much. Bye now.